Hello friends, my name's Emile and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 2. Today we're continuing on with our Let's Play. This is episode 16, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at the second half of the bucket list challenges that we have to do. So in the first episode we did, in the last episode we did the Horizon bucket list. This time we're doing the second Horizon bucket list. So before we get into it today, I'm just going to get a car because last time I bought this Raptor, we didn't really use the Raptor all that much, but, you know, I'm using this as sort of an excuse to use some cars that I might not use later on in the Let's Play, and one of those cars is what I'm going to use today. I'm going to use the Bentley Continental GT Speed, because I like this car. And I think I already know what I'm using for GT class in this game, so yeah. Also, it comes in purple, which, I mean, how can you argue with that? One quick thing I will do in this episode, maybe? Should I do that in this episode or the next episode? This episode's going to be long enough as is. In the next episode, I'm going to go and get these guys. Because I haven't actually claimed those yet, so... Anyways, so one reason I did want to drive the Bentley is because it can have a silly body kit, and we're going to go for the silly GT body kit, which it is quite magnificent. I mean, look at that wing. It is amazing. Sure, I will have that. I will have that. Again, we wouldn't do this normally in the Let's Play, but, you know, sod it, we'll do it. We wouldn't use this car normally, and I wanted a chance to use this body kit on this car because it looks magnificent, so, yeah. Also, I might just chuck the weight out of this. I'll keep it in A-class. Again, it doesn't really matter, I'm not racing this thing, am I, but, you know, I like to keep consistency with the cars. I'm going to change the wheels as well, I think, because they don't really look like GT car wheels. I know the sort of wheels I would want for this car, not those, as fantastic as they are. Just want some, like, racing-looking wheels. They look quite cool. Let's have those. Oh, they're the T37s. Nice. Anyways, okay, so tire whips on the rear. Please tell me I can get... No, bollocks. I don't care. We'll just have full tire whips on this thing, and... You know what? Actually, sod it. I'm building it to S1 class. Again, it doesn't matter. Why do I care about this? Why do you care about this? I don't really know. But... S2901, you absolute prick. I wonder... you can't improve the wheel size on this car. God damn it. Okay, so if I drop those back to normal, it would do that. If I drop this... Whatever, it's being S2901. And I know people with OCD are screaming at me. Guess what? I'm screaming at myself for this, but whatever. This is actually the highest PI'd car I've driven, apparently. Anyways... so, we've got 15 challenges to do again. These ones should be a little bit more interesting than that first episode. The first episode was basically like an introduction to the bucket list, and it was a lot of hype cars and stuff like that. This bucket list, I've got a sneaking suspicion, is going to be a little bit sillier. It might also be a little bit more difficult. We will have to see, but yeah. This one should be a little more interesting. We've got a Wrestler Shelby Cobra 427 to speed. 155 miles an hour. Alright. I'm not actually sure how difficult this will be. I mean, admittedly, the Cobra is a phenomenally quick car. However, it has no handling. It has nil pois on the handling, which is not the best, admittedly. As we sort of... understeer off. Come on, regain composure. I'm just gonna boot it down there. Oh, we're doing that speed trap, are we? Oh, that shouldn't be too difficult then. Go on, Cobra. Eat me with your savage speed. Be savage. Oh, that's an issue. Oh, it will actually reach the speed, but like, if this thing wasn't limited by gearing, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing could do like 180 or something like that. But yeah, it is very limited by... Oh god. What? No, I wasn't. I was... Well, this is off to a terrific start already. That's good. I don't know if it's when I hit the speed camera. Maybe speed went down a bit. I didn't see it on the speedo go down though. Not quite sure what's going on there. Either way, we will have to try it again. I hope this episode isn't as long as the last one. It may very well end up being. But I do hope it isn't, because yeah, just can't be arsed. I just can't be arsed, really, if it is. We'll do speed. Speed. Fear is the mind killer. Alright, okay, so we are up to 155, the target is 155. Right, what I might do is just ease up a little bit on the way into the speed camera. Let's just do that. Let's stick on the left. There we go. Beautiful line through there, and successful. Alright, cool. It did take a while, a little bit longer than I expected, but we did it. And we get a wheel spin for our troubles as well. I wonder what we're going to get from here. I'm not going to say useless crap. I'm going to say we're going to get a lovely car from this. We're going to get a lovely... Can you get a 250 GT? You can't get a 250 GTO in this game. We are going to get something amazing from this wheel spin. I can feel it. I can feel it in my butt. Oh. Well, we almost got an M3. Anyways, I guess that's not amazing, but like an M3 is better than nothing. Alright. Blaze a Caterham along the Italian coast. Alright, let's do that. I'm not sure if these are in exactly the same order. No, they're not actually, aren't they? Because, sorry, I'm just adjusting myself in my chair. Last time the GT40 was the second one? I don't remember. I think it was. Anyway. Let's, do this. Blaze a Caterham along the Italian coast at dawn. That seems... It doesn't really seem like the car you'd take on a coastal drive, but, I mean, you know, whatever works for you. I can tell you from experience the Caterham is a nasty little bastard. So this should be interesting. I only got to get there in like 125, so provided I don't like spin the car, I should be alright. Yeah, the Caterham, once you like get it under control, once you get the Caterham under control, it's good. However, until then, it will just sort of try and kill you, which isn't the best. You wouldn't expect these things to be these like awkward to drive, but maybe they are, because like they haven't. It can't be just an issue with Forza, because if it was, they would have fixed it surely. But yeah, maybe the Caterhams and stuff like that are just like really tricky little bastard. I will say, because the KTM is an excellent handling car in Forza, but then again, if you take it in Gran Turismo, it's understeery as all buggery. So yeah, I don't know. Mind you, oh yeah, Gran Turismo does have Caterhams. It has that 7 blade, but I never really used that, mostly because you can't really use it for anything. At least in GT4, which is like the main time I've used it. I've owned one in GT6. I don't think I ever used it. I didn't play GT6 for all that long anyway, so yeah. I think last time I played GT6 was in my update video. I did. That was like at the start or at the end of last year. I need to make another update video, don't I? I need to thank everyone for the 500 subscribers. I'm gonna do that at some point. Anyways, drift a Ferrari ENZO in the... These are weird bucket list ideas to have. I mean, you know, you do you and all that, but drifting an ENZO in the rain, that doesn't seem like my idea of a fun time. I can imagine that's just sort of arse clenching, to be honest with you. Trying not to make your arse grass, as it would be. Excuse me. Hopefully I don't get hiccups during the recording of this. That would be very, very dumb. Drift of ENZO. Oh, Ferrari ENZO, ENZO Ferrari. Oh, that transitions quickly and oddly. Joe, great drifting skills. Alright, this is how I'd drive an ENZO. I remember when the ENZO first came out and people were like, wow, this is a oh, it's great e-drift skills, for fuck's sake. I remember when this car first came out and people were like, oh my god, I've never noticed that before. The ENZO Ferrari has active aero, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I remember when people like throbbing when this car came out, and then like you ask people about the ENZO Ferrari today and they're just like, it's fine. This car exists. Like, I'm not sure what value these... I'm assuming they like kept the value extraordinarily. The only real thing you see from ENZO Ferraris these days is just like Jalopnik doing an article on how expensive they are and how they've been sold by an Abu Dhabi prince or something like that. So, don't really see a lot about the ENZO Ferrari these days. I think most people are more interested in the MC12, personally. I know I'm one of those people. I love the MC12. Never really was a fan of the Ferrari ENZO, but the MC12 is a car that I dearly love. I don't know if I'd want to drive one, but yeah. If I was a multi-billionaire, I would probably buy an MC12 over an ENZO Ferrari. Although I don't know if I'd ever want to drive my MC12 though, just because apparently those things are kind of awkward to drive. Apparently they're a bit twitchy. Although then again, that's another car where in like Forza they drive like really, really well. Like it's a really good car in Forza, but I don't really know. I mean, it was a successful racing car, so I don't know. Maybe that's something. Either way, this drifting in the ENZO and the rain malarkey isn't actually too taxing, in all honesty. It's just trying to get those great e-drift skills again. Essentially, it's basically a case of throw the car in and sort of hope for the best. And, you know, it does mean you don't really drive particularly cleanly, but, you know, it is what it is. 2 more to go. I'm going to try and get them both in one drift. This is going to be the sickest drifts ever on the YouTubes. There we go. Beautiful. And into a tree. The AI decides to shut the car because it's not really used to controlling a drifting Ferrari. And now it's just ploughing through some trees. Just ploughing through a field in a Ferrari ENZO. I guess that's... It wouldn't surprise me if that's on someone's bucket list. Not because they hate the ENZO, just because... I mean, admittedly, it'd be kind of a funny thing to do, really, wouldn't it? Poor ENZOs. Oh well. Anyways, let this game load up, please. There we go. Lovely. Right, what is next? We've only done 3 of these so far, haven't we? How many more have we got? Oh, it's only over there. Oh well. 13... We've been recording for 13 minutes, and we are 4th of the way through, so this is probably going to be like another 50-minute long episode, or something. How the hell? Oh, it's up there. Oh, I get it now. I was like wondering, like, where the hell's the car? But it's up here. Anyways, we were speaking about the Hennessey Venom in the last episode, weren't we? Race the Hennessey Venom along the AUTOSTRADA. Let us AUTOSTRADA ourselves. Now this should... You look at that and go, 3.6 miles in a minute, you're fucked. Yeah, you haven't seen the Hennessey Venom and what it can do in Forza because you point it in a straight line and... Do you see the issue? There's 200. There's 220. 240. This car really doesn't start struggling until like 250. It is insane in the membrane. 269. I just realised, you know, that statistic that pops up like how fastest you've been. It is going to be well and truly different now because this is by far and away the fastest thing I'm going to have been in. Anyways. Oh god, are we going to reach that on time? If I don't crash into an Alpha Brewer, I will. There we go. That was A pretty quick and frantic bucket list. I like that. That's fun. I like driving. I mean, admittedly, that is the way you get skill points, so I should be pretty good at this point of driving a extremely quick car down a motorway. I still need to do that, don't I? Oh well. Oh, God. I would say I'm tired, but I'm not really. There we go, top speed 270 miles an hour. That's a bit better. Right. Oh, we've got 3 perk points now, have we? What should we spend them on? None of these are really... Sure. I don't know what difference that's going to make, but I'll have it. 10% off auto show cars. Skill multiplier can go to 6. Alright, cool. Oh boy, Mini Cooper time. Let's go drive a Mini. I like driving Minis. They're fun cars. So let's go and do that. Let's drive a very silly Mini in a very silly challenge, undoubtedly. How far is this episode for uploading? I'm just going to check this actually. Usually I don't check stuff like mid-episode. I also try and drive to the car with the Elgato. Oh, which is never a good idea. Yeah, it's not a good idea. Let's stop doing that. Apparently it's just stopped. Okay, that's fun. Alright, let's fix that quickly. Professionalism here, of course. Off. On. Alright, there we go. Hopefully that fixes something. If it doesn't, then fuck it. Don't really care. I'm uploading the previous episode while doing this episode, so yeah. In case you're wondering what I was looking at. There's the Mini. Let's go grab that. Alright, what are we doing? Pushing it to its limits, apparently. Don't know what that means. Although I get to drive a Mini, so that's fun. 70 miles. Oh god, it's a speed target. Why is it a speed target in a fucking Mini? Oh well. Time to start a very slow drive over there. One would imagine. This is not going to be the quickest thing in the world, is it? Oh. How am I supposed to keep this? I hope is this chassis good enough to take those sort of speed through corners? Let's find out. Yeah, it's alright actually. I don't know if it'll be able to take the amount of speed it wants me to through there though. Oh, it's a downhill section now, isn't it? And that corner actually isn't as bad as it looks on the map because we can just do this. Also, that's terrible. I think I got an odd bounce. Feared. Elgato, are you okay? It's being silly. Easy remedy, pick up tax manager. This really isn't working, is it? Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, we are back from technical issues with internet being an idiot. I just decided to reset it. I don't know if that's really going to help or not, but if it... If it doesn't help, then whatever. Alright, yeah. Can I just go back to the game? Thank you. Don't want to sit there and wait for you to load achievements. Like, I can't be even. But yeah, I like my Xbox One, but Jesus, the dashboard occasionally. Mind you, this menu's got way too many buttons in it. It's like, what? The problem on Xbox One is it's like everything's connected to an app, whereas like on most other things it just isn't. You know, it's like, you know, if you hit the achievement button on the 360, it kind of knew what you was doing because it was sort of integrated into it. While on here, it's like everything's an app. Anyways, beat the speed target in a roof RT12S. Again, another roof. Something we do not see a lot of, and we're going to do it in pouring rain as well. But, yeah, I mean, I like... we spoke about this in episode 13, roofs are cool, and this is a cool car because it's a roof. You know, if it's a Porsche 997, I won't really think much of it. As much as I do like the 997 generation of Porsches, you know, I just don't... I don't care for Porsches. I'm sorry, I really don't. I mean, especially not like the 996s, especially not in real life, actually, I should say. Because, like, the people who drive these things in real life are just, like, midlife crisis people. Like, if you drive a 996, you are having a bit of a crisis, aren't you? Like, be honest. Anyways. Come on. I've got to hit 165. Does this thing even... It just about did it. I got genuinely concerned there for a second. I wasn't sure how the hell I was going to pull that off. But apparently I did manage to pull it off, and that is glorious. And apparently my video still isn't uploading. I don't care. I don't care. I'll sort that when I get home later. Just whatever. Okay, hi phone, how you doing? Bucket list. That 7. Push a Lotus Exige S for its limits around somewhere. Alright, cool. Anyways, let's read what this says. It's a Twitter DM. Cool. I like that tweet. That tweet's good. Right. Anyways, I thought someone had, like, DM'd me on Twitter. I was going to say, what's this bollocks? But no one DMs me on Twitter, and that's nice. That's the way I like it. Anyways, no hey. So, something involving a Lotus Exige S. That's cool. Push a Lotus Exige S to the limit around Sisteron. Alright, let's do that. What are we going to do? 65 miles an hour. Oh, I remember this one. That doesn't sound difficult, but it is a little bit, because as you can see, it's sort of on those S-bends there. Again, any of these that like involve speed, what do you call it? Speed zones. Any of the speed zones that you want to do, just try and keep your speed consistent. Like, don't like just thrash the car around here, because it won't end well for you. What you really want to be doing is like through here. Look, I'm being smooth, not trying to lower my speed too much. I'm just trying to keep the line nice and consistent to get myself the best possible run out of the corner. Come on. There we go, just about did it. Yeah, that's essentially what you've got to do. You've just got to keep your speed consistent. You know, don't... You know, the way you want to do speed zones, usually when in your mind is you just floor it into there, floor it out, do it as fast as you can, but it's really just all about smoothness and consistency. You know, I would rather enter that speed zone at 90 miles an hour, break through the turns, and then try and keep my speed consistently above 60, than essentially going in there at 120, like bombing it through the first bit and then getting hard on the brakes, going down to like 30 miles an hour and trying to quickly rip it round the corner, because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work like that. You do have to be smooth and consistent, as you'd say. Anyways, we're on number 8 now apparently, so we are halfway through. Go skill crazy in a LEXUS LFA. Sounds like my sort of plan. I do like the LFA. So, what are we going to do? 40,000 skill points on... Ooh, I do like these ones where it's like you've got a route to go down, just get as many skill points as you can, because it usually is quite an amusing affair. Of course, you can just do the fence thing again if you want to. Also, that wasn't me trying to spin the car out, I was trying to go for burnout skills, clearly. Anyways. That didn't end too well, did it? Right, let's drift a little bit in here. Let's pull the handbrake, get a few sideswipe scores, hopefully. Something's going to give me a sideswipe score eventually. There you go, I'm going to get some landscaping. Ooh, some cars. Let's near miss those cars. Go up the inside of the transit van. Oh, we got a roundabout. Excellent. A bit more drifting through there. See, these ones are just fun because you can just drive the car however you want. Like, in those drifty ones, you have to, like, be conscious to constantly be pulling the handbrake, and they're not really that fun. While this one's like, hey, you know, just go drive the car, have fun with the car, and swing it around some corners. I think that should be enough points, I'd imagine. So let's just do that. Let go through the corner and cash shift those skill points. Please be enough. Yeah, excellent. But yeah, again, you can continue that along if you like, but I just can't be arsed, so well, it's not like I can't be arsed, it's just like these are only meant to be quick. Hey, the video's uploading again by the looks of it. How long does it say it's going to take? I apologise, this episode's like really unprofessional, but yeah, that's the way it is occasionally. Saying 2 hours, I ain't got 2 hours to waste on it. I'll let it upload as much as it can, and then I'll just cancel it and upload the rest of it later. It is a big file, to be fair. Ooh, roof CTI Yellowbird. Let's do that. I've already driven one in this Let's Play before. Oh god, it's all the way down here. Already done it once in a Let's Play before, so let's do it again. But yeah. These Horizon 2 episodes do take a while to go up, to be fair. Because essentially the way I usually work my Let's Plays is I will just drag them into my editor, edit out the mistakes and go from there. In order to get the best visual quality, what I do with these is I actually edit them inside the Elgato, and that doesn't actually compress the file size at all. So, like, however long this is going to be a lot bigger file than, it's like I've got a Gran Turismo 3 episode, which is yet to be uploaded, but I will spoil it slightly. It lasts for an hour and 31 minutes, but the file size will be smaller than that of, the 50-minute episode I just did for Horizon 2, so it is pretty crazy like that, but, if I can't get it uploaded again, yeah, you can actually sort of on YouTube, if you, like, close the window out, it will, YouTube kind of remembers how much you've uploaded of it, and then you can sort of just go back and do the rest later, which is what I'm going to do, because I haven't got time. I need to be out of the house by 3 o'clock, and it's almost 2 now, so yeah. And before you say it now, I'm not going to be cutting it close for this episode. I'm kind of hoping this episode is done in 20 minutes, and in 20 minutes time it will be exactly 2 o'clock, so. Ugh, God. You know what I was saying about consistency in speed zones? Yeah, I just completely ignored my own advice there. Trying to smash into the cameras on the way around, it doesn't really matter. The yellow bird you can't do controlled. You're just going to go into a wall. The yellow bird doesn't care. The yellow bird is just like, it doesn't give a fuck. It just doesn't. So, yeah. As apparently we are 24 hours and 55 on the bucket list, which means we've got 6 more to do in this episode, so yay. Anyway, it's time for spin for a prize. Let's see what bollocks we get this time. What are we going to get? 11 grand. I think I've already got a Golf R, haven't I? I can't even remember. I swear I could have got a Golf R from one of these wheel spins. Show off your skills in a Mercedes SLS. Again, that's another one of my... Ooh, okay. We've got to get skill score. Apparently this challenge is hard. I can't imagine it's that difficult, because I would probably remember it if it was that difficult, and I don't remember it, so... Yeah, my guess is it's not going to be too difficult. But we shall see. Show off your skills in a... I thought I was going to say in a brand new Mercedes SLS. I was going to say, if you can find a brand new SLS in 2014, that's quite amazing. I can't remember when this SLS came out. It was a while ago. I love the SLS though, it's such a cool car. I'm really bummed out by the fact that they sort of... They say they didn't replace it with the AMG GT, but that's a lot of bollocks, because essentially they're both like in the same class. It's like, it's such a shame, because this thing was just a raucous nightmarish car, and it was glorious. And you know, it just proved that the Germans occasionally can go a little bit bonkers. Occasionally, you know, for the most part, German cars are very sort of controlled and conservative. Well, the SLS is just like, nah, screw that. I'm just gonna be. Oh, listen to that! Sounds absolutely amazing. I said the LaFerrari sounded good for there in the last episode, but this thing sounds... I mean, there's no comparison. It just sounds absolutely incredible. I love the SLS. I do dearly, dearly love the SLS. And I hope this car... You know, I hope Mercedes comes to their senses and releases some, like, big, bellowy GT car again. That makes as silly a noise as this and has just silly doors and all the rest of it. Anyways, we're going to smash that, aren't we? The one thing I will say, if you're struggling with these sort of skill mastery challenges, just go get the perk points and like buy like the, you know, multiplier to 6 and, you know, 10% more points when you do this or that, because you know, that does carry on into the bucket lists and that can help you out. That's also a thing, you know, if you really care about going for the leaderboards as well, that will help you out quite significantly. Anyways, turn around the streets of Nice in a Huracan. Okay. I don't mind driving a Lamborghini Huracan. I think I'm sort of softening up on the Huracan, to be honest with you. When they first showed it off, I really wasn't a fan of it, because, like, it's just a little bit boring. You know, and especially considering, like, over the course of its life, I grew to like the Gallardo. But then again, I think I've sort of grown to like the Huracan a little bit more. You know, I think that's just what Lamborghini does with their smaller cars, like, or their smaller supercars. Like, when I saw the first generation Gallardo, I thought it was a horrible looking car. You know, like the one with those raised headlights and all the rest of it. I really did not like the way that car was. But when they did the revision to it, where they like stuck the Reventon inspired bumper to it, you know, I think that really helped that car out a lot, and it looked so much better for it. So, yeah. And it's like with the Huracan, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of this car. But now, you know, I kind of am. You know, I'd still accept it is a bit too sensible to be a Lamborghini, but it has an excellent sounding engine, and let's be honest, it is way, way, way more interesting than an Audi R8, so, yeah, anyways, that should do us for that. See, I like doing these skill chain ones, because it's essentially a case of I can just end the challenge prematurely, because I don't have to go anywhere, I just have to get the skill points. You know, it's basically like, have some fun, go in, go out, you know, get in, have some fun, get out, go away. That's just the way it works. I like that sort of stuff, you know. So I treat everything in life, including sexual encounters. Anyways, right. Let's go to bucket list 12, which involves going crazy, apparently. Going crazy in a WRX. That sounds like my sort of fun. I love Subarus, so yeah. And especially the 20. This is the weird thing. Alright, this is a very odd thing with me. I hate the look of the hatchback Impreza. I don't even like the front end of it. But for some reason, like the 2011, when it's in, or like the WRX, well, how's the best way to say this? The third gen WRX, when it's in sort of this guise with the saloon and it has the wing on it, I adore the way this thing looks. I think it looks amazing. You know, like this. I think it's because, like, the, it's like with the other WRX, they sort of improved it as time, you know, even the hatchback, you know, when they first introduced that thing in 2008, aka the version Forza has, it was a horrible looking car, like, it looked really awkward, but I think towards the end of its lifestyle, they started giving it a bit more of a sort of like a wider body stance on it, and I think that improved the look of the car tenfold, and I think that's sort of what, I think 2011 is maybe when they brought that in, but Forza was like, you know what, instead of, you know, having two versions of the same car, essentially, you know, like two of the hatchback Imprezas, we'll just, like, have the saloon in. And, you know, then... So, basically, you know, people can have the wide-body WRX if they, you know, use the saloon, but they can have, like, the normal one if they use the O8. What I would kind of like to see in Forza 7 is maybe, like, have a wide-body kit option for the hatchback Impreza, which allows you to do the wide body thing to it, because that would be pretty cool. But yeah, like the original sort of 2008 Imprezas, when they're like on the stock sort of body moldings, they look really weird. Also, I've just noticed I got a bit carried away driving this Impreza around. I could end this challenge now, and that's what I'm gonna do. There we go, lovely. I still don't like the interior very much of these cars though. You can tell. Like, with the original Imprezas, you know, they had very cheap interiors, but, like, you can just tell in this particular model, like, the interior in it is so goddamn cheap. Like, it's pretty great. Anyways, let us move on to number 13, which is an aerial atom at the docks. Alright, that makes sense. Sure, let's go have some fun. In an aerial atom at the docks. And I believe this is another one of those skill swings. What a skill! You see, I told you this bucket list would be more interesting. We've driven way more interesting cars, and we've also had the opportunity to do a lot more of the sort of skill mastery things. So let's see what it wants us to do in the atom. Hopefully it's just like a skill chain thing, because if it is, I've got a perfect route for the docks. Yeah, beat the skill target, 100k. You know, you look at that and you go, wow, that must be pretty difficult. You'd think it would be, but it actually isn't all that difficult, because, sort of like with the fencing, if you come around here, not here, oh god, I'm going to slide the car out, aren't I? Get the burnout going, come on, keep the skill chain going, there we go. There is some cones here, and cones get you wreckage skills. And you can just sort of like sit and wreck the cones for a little bit, go off, have some fun, and yeah, you can essentially do this. I think this is one of the only bucket lists I actually did co-op with a friend, and we got stuck on this one forever because either I would like fuck up like that, in which case we are actually going to restart. The problem with this particular bucket list is essentially a case of if you lose your skill chain, just restart. You know, don't even bother. Because, you know, you've destroyed some stuff. You know, yeah, you know what I mean. Ooh, God. That was not a fun experience. I assume we're just going to bank that skill. No? Okay. I was going to say, I don't think I could get going in time for the skill chain to matter again. Ooh, I would have loved that wall tap, but I'm not going to risk it. It's probably the atom as well, is it's just such a wild beast to drive. You sort of have to, like, really watch yourself. Only attempt risks that you're comfortable in. Because, again, you do not want to lose your skill chain on this one. Admittedly, you know, it isn't that difficult. You could probably do it losing your skill chain once or twice, but ultimately, I just wouldn't risk it. Ooh, let's go through there. Made a Roman Reigns sound effect, man. That was not very good. Doing it. Did it. I hate his song. I hate fucking him. Anyways. No, I don't hate him personally, but I hate his character. Anyways, let's try not to smash into that. Okay, right. Again, this is not one of those challenges which is significantly easier if you have, like, your, you know, 6 multiplier and so on and so forth. This is so much easier when you've got that. Right, burn out, head that way, go. Get some more wreckage skills. Whee! Come on. Almost there. There we go. Good. Right, let's end this off. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much how you do that. As you can see, I didn't have the cleanest of runs through there. You know, you could probably do that a lot quicker. if you knew what you're doing. But yeah, essentially it's just a case of keep that skill chain going and don't let go, because if you let go, then you're gonna get burned. I was gonna like say something really cool, but it completely slipped my mind. I'm not a cool person though, so you know, can't say I'm surprised. Anyways, we've got 3 more perk points. I'm just gonna buy. Actually, I'm gonna buy that because then I can get that, then that. Permanent 10% discount on those parts would be cool. You see, that and that are very useful for when you're doing these. Ultimately, you don't need them, but it is something that is quite useful. Anyways, on to the final couple of challenges for today. We have our second to last, which involves a Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. A car which, in recent years, I've come to appreciate a little bit more. You know, I know a lot of people love the Veyron, a lot of people hate the Veyron. Me personally, I think I'm like one of the only people I know where like I actively sit in the middle. Like I like the car. Oh, sorry, I don't like the car from a look standpoint. I don't really like the car from you know, both looks, excuse me, the interior and all that. I don't really like that. But from an engineering standpoint, I think this thing is an absolute amazing car. You know, 4 turbos, 10 radiators. It's a pretty insane package. You know, a lot of people take offense to the fact that this is still the fastest car in the world. Do we know that this car's faster? Kinda, yeah. You know, Koenigsegg. Here's the problem you got is no one really wants to mass produce a car like Bugatti did. You know, you got Hennessey, which is a small company, which probably, you know, I believe they only pump cars out to order. I don't think they like build them just for the sake of building and stick them on a forecourt, because they haven't really got anywhere to sell them. I think they. And also, you have to like sell it as a modified Lotus 6 Siege and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I believe they only build cars to order, and you've got Koenigsegg, who say the 1-to-1 is faster, and I have no doubt for a second the 1-to-1 could be the new fastest car, but they can't make it. I don't think they're gonna make too many of them. To be fair, the Agera's probably... What was the Agera's top speed? I know Forza says it's something like 270. I assume in real life it's like 250, 260. So the Agera could probably have the record, but I think Koenigsegg hasn't built that many cars total anyways. They've only built like 112 cars in all, I think. Which, I mean, admittedly, you know, if you get those into like one room together, I'm sure it can crowd like an aircraft hangar, but... Still not a lot of cars, especially when you consider that company's been going since, well, for 15 years now. I mean, when did the CC8S come out? Wasn't that like 2002? I remember seeing that car on a Martin Brundle DVD that I used to have as a kid, so yeah, that car must have been out for a while. Anyways, let's head off and do the final bucket list of today, which is not that one, it's that one we want, and we're going to take an Alpha 33 Stradale for a cruise. Seems like a nice way to end this. And apparently it's easy as well, so that's nice. We're just going to go for a nice lovely little cruise in an old Alfa Romeo, and then yeah, we are done with bucket lists for now. Anyways, if enough people want me to come in and do the other 2 bucket lists, which is the Porsche bucket list and the Playground Games bucket list, those are a bit harder actually. But if you want me to take a look at those, I can do. Just comment and I'll do that at some point in the future. But what a car to end on, the absolutely amazing Alpha 33 Stradale. We've got 5 minutes to do this. We can just go for a nice little cruise. I wouldn't really want to cruise in an Alpha 33 Stradale, to be honest, but... Because, I mean, this thing is a full-on race car, but... Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty insane car, this one. I do need to learn more about the 33 Stradale, but basically what this is it weighs like 1,500 pounds or something like that. It only has 240 horsepower, but it has an engine that revs out to like 10,000 RPM, which is... that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Like, you know, some modern, you know, like Hondas are like the only things that I can really think that get like reasonably close to that. You know, like I don't even think the legendary S2000 has a red line as high up as this car does. You know, I mean, the Spoon Civics, I think they can like rev to 12k. Also, low key, admittedly, I'm sure many people in the Forza community would absolutely destroy Turn 10 if they did this, but Turn 10, can we have like a spoon in the game? Can we have like the Spoon Civic, which I would love personally, or what would be more realistic, and I think the community would be slightly more accepting of, oh, let's be fair, I'm sure the community would be pretty accepting of like spoons anyways, because they're like JDM fanboys, most of them. But can we get like a Spoon Integra? That would be awesome. Because I believe the Spoon Integra has like a very similar engine that can rev extremely high. You know, I'd love to get that and just put like the cam upgrade on it and like make it rev out to like 14,000. That would be lovely. And you know, of course, actually, I believe the Spoon Integra in real life is actually a car which isn't in this game. Like they've got the Acura Integra, which is kind of similar. In fact, actually, I've just realised Forza games don't have Integras at all in them these days, do they? They just have the RSX and the Integra Acura one. They don't actually have a Honda Integra in this game anymore. That's criminal, that. I want a DC5, I do. Oh, mind you, again, I love the RSX though, so, like, you know. Either way, I'm happy, but I would kind of like to see an Integra back in the game. And also, you know, it wouldn't be too difficult to do, realistically. I mean, all you have to do is like just change the model of the RSX slightly, and then if you wanted to, and then you have a DC5 on your hands. And if you wanted to do the DC2, then all you really have to do is just swap the front end on the Acura, and boom. There must be a reason why they're not doing that. I guess they don't want to like. Here's the thing, I am absolutely fine with them artificially increasing the car list. Like, you know, people gave Need for Speed 2015 a bit of crap for, like, having a Scion FRS, a GT86, and a BLZ, and granted, in a game with, like, as many cars as, or as little cars as that game really did, I can kind of understand that. But, you know, if you do have the opportunity to pad your car list out, I have no issue whatsoever with that. You know, if you want to make an RSX and an Integra out of the same model, and have both of them in the game, I'm completely fine with that. I'm more than fine with that, in fact, so. Yeah, anyways, my phone is starting to ring. As you can probably tell, I'm just going to sort that. So, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, friends. Thank you all very much for watching. In the next episode, we'll go back to doing championships again, and that'll be fun. So, yeah, and then we'll actually be doing the final road trip up to the point where we get the what is it called? The thing. Whatever it is. Oh, we got a wheel spin. Let's do it quickly. I've got to answer my phone, like, desperately, so, like, yeah, if this could, like, stop. Lamborghini Countach, nice, excellent. Alright, I don't even like that car very much, but it's cool, we finally got a car. Anyways, friends, thank you all very much for watching. Mine's been The Real Emile. Till next time, farewell.